Hello, this is Don Saito with ERP Efficiency Experts. Today we're going to cover Artificial Intelligence and Business Central. So with version 24 and up, CoPilot is now built in to Business Central. The benefit of CoPilot is it will actually look at your data, so you can ask it questions about your information in Business Central. We don't recommend using ChatGPT to ask questions about Business Central. We find that ChatGPT does not have a good accuracy when it comes to answering questions about Business Central. Also, ChatGPT is unaware of your data, so it cannot answer any questions about your specific instance. So with that in mind, just use CoPilot. It's 1,000,000 times better. It is only going to get better as Microsoft improves it. So let's take a look at what can we do with CoPilot. So if you'll notice, there's a new icon here called CoPilot, so I'll click on that. The CoPilot will open up here and I can ask it questions. Now, what kinds of questions can I ask it? Well, let's take a look at view prompts here, and you can see there's guides. So you can ask it to find things. Here's some examples. Look up a purchase invoice. Show the latest sales invoice for customer name. Go to a certain page. Or do we have items in stock under a certain price? We can ask CoPilot to explain things. Explain a field name on a page, or help me understand a certain process. And finally, we can ask it to guide us. Is there a keyboard shortcut for a certain function? How do I do a certain task? How do I set up a certain capability? Or does Business Central support a certain process? So we'll go and do some actual examples of each of these different categories. We'll start with something nice and simple here. Let's look up customer ledger invoices over $1,000. Okay, and CoPilot has responded. I found 144 customer ledger entries with invoices over $1,000. Here's some examples. And then you can see more details by clicking on the actual page here. So I'll go ahead and click on that. And if you notice, it has filtered my screen for invoices over $1,000. So CoPilot's pretty smart in that it can bring up a list and it will actually set the filters based on your question or request. Now, the nice thing is once it sets these filters for you, you can actually save this view so that you can use it again in the future. So to do that, I need to have the disk icon show up here. So I'm just going to click into here. Actually, I'm just going to click in here and reselect this, and this disk icon will show up. And then now I can give this a name. So I will call this invoices over $1,000. And now I have a filter that I can simply use to switch between all my different saved filters here. So there's my invoice over $1,000. All right, let's try something different here. Let's look up a customer. So let's say I know the name of the customer. I'm going to say look up School of Fine Art. Okay, and CoPilot has responded. I found information about the School of Fine Art, and it also has a link here where I can open up the customer card. So I'll do that, and it'll take me to that particular customer. Now, let's say I have a bunch of different products that I sell, and I want to see just the chairs that I sell. So let's try that. Look up chairs. All right, and CoPilot has responded. I found 10 chairs in stock, and here's a few examples. And if I want to explore more, I can click on the item page here. So I'll click on that link, and you can see it has already filtered chairs for me. And look what it's done. It's put in a filter. The @ sign means to ignore upper and lower case, and a star is a wild card. In front, it means to ignore anything in front of the letter C, and then in the back, it's telling me to ignore everything after the letter R. All right, so now I want to save this filter. There is a disk icon that normally shows up here when you're filtering. So for some reason, it doesn't show up when you're launching this from CoPilot. One way to get the disk icon to show up is if I click into plus filter and just select any field and then remove it, and you'll see that disk icon will show up there. A little bit of a workaround. I like to see Microsoft address that so we don't have to go through that. I'm going to go ahead and click this and say items, chairs. So now I have a set filter for chairs, and anytime I want to see what chairs I have, I can go ahead and click on that, and you can see it's showing me all my chairs. All right, another simple thing we can do is we can ask CoPilot to take us to a certain screen. So go to payment journals. CoPilot has responded. I found the payment journals page. You can access it here. So I'll click on that little link and it's taken me to the payment journal page. Let's try the explain feature. So explain, for example, explain a field on a page. So let's go to a certain page. Let's take this item card and let's go down through here and look for a field. Well, this is a good one. Reordering policy. What does this thing mean here? So I'm going to hover my mouse. Now, if you notice, there's a new button here to ask CoPilot. So I don't even have to type. I can just ask it, what is this? So I'll click on that, and you can see CoPilot's working. And CoPilot has responded, and it tells us what the reordering policy field does. It also has these little footnotes here, which will take you to more information. So this is the best practices and how to set it up. And here's some more information, number 2 and number 3. Don't forget about these links. You can find out a lot more information by looking at those links. Now, one thing I would like to see Microsoft improve is the performance of CoPilot. When I'm asking a question here, I'm pausing the recording just so I don't have to make you wait through it, and then I'm showing the response. So it looks like it's going to be instantaneous, but it's taking a little bit of time to come back with a response, so that's something Microsoft I would love to see you improve. All right, finally, let's take a look at some of these guide options. So let's try a few of these. How do I pay my vendors? All right, CoPilot has responded. Here's how you pay your vendors. And again, you're going to have these little footnotes will take you to more information, give you more instructions on how to do that. All right, let's ask it another question. What is the keyboard shortcut to create a new record? Now, I even had a little typo here. Let's see if CoPilot is smart enough to recognize. Yes, it does. So it says the keyboard shortcut is Alt-N. Beautiful. So now we know how to create a new record using a shortcut key. Just for fun, let's ask it one more question. Let's see if Business Central supports a certain feature. Does Business Central support Shopify integration? And CoPilot has responded. So it does. Yes, Business Central supports integration with Shopify through the Shopify connector. And again, you have footnotes here with more information. Looks like there's 3 different footnotes here where you can find more information about that Shopify connector. So that's what I have for you today with CoPilot. I hope you found this useful and have fun experimenting with CoPilot and asking it questions about your data and seeing what kinds of responses you get. This is something that's going to continue and to grow and improve as Microsoft works on this. But it's pretty powerful right now, and I hope you have fun with this. This is Don Saito with ERP Efficiency Experts. Thank you.